presentation is about the remarkable woman named Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams, commander of the 688 Postal Battalion. Growing up very gifted, Charity had lots of success in her educational career. Her parents were educators and believed strongly in her education. As she grew up, they strived for her to succeed. She started elementary school in second grade. Later on, she even tested early into high school. Since she was already ahead in school, her parents kept her on her current course. At Wilberforce, she majored in mathematics, Latin, and physics. She also minored in history. She wanted to be versatile and well-rounded in her education. After Wilberforce, she went on to teach physics at Columbia. She also took summer classes at The Ohio State University to work towards her degree in vocational psychology, which she later completed after the war. In 1942, while at Ohio State, the charity received a personal invitation to apply for the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps. She was recommended by the Dean of Women at Wilberforce University. As stated in her biography, she decided to apply, wanting an adventure and wanting a greater challenge. She didn't hear back for a while, so she decided to go back to school at Ohio State. Ironically, on the train ride there, she was stunned to see her aunt at one of the stops with a message from the Army that she was to call immediately. The conductor did not want to hold the train at first, but then allowed it. This moment marked the start of her remarkable military career. She then had an interview as part of the application process in Fort Hays, Ohio. After receiving her acceptance, she then got on a train to Fort Des Moines in Iowa, where she would go on to spend many years there. During her time at Fort Des Moines in Iowa, Charity had many jobs and was eventually promoted to major. After many years of asking for overseas orders, she finally got them in 1945 to go to Birmingham, England, to command the 688 Postal Battalion. They were tasked with solving the backlog of mail that has caused many families and soldiers anguish. Letters were sitting in storage instead of being sent out and received. Many families never even heard from their loved ones, and soldiers were dealing with the brutalities of war. The 688 was given the impossible task of completing the backlog in 6 months, and in most aspects were expected to fail. Overcoming much adversity, they proved many people wrong and solved it in 4 months, and in turn boosting morale to many of America's soldiers, while also bringing comfort to soldiers' families. Charity Adams had many accomplishments. One notable is her being the highest-ranking black woman in the Army during World War II. Fort Gregg Adams is named after her and another lieutenant. This marked the first time a U.S. Army place was named after African Americans. She also has a monument pictured on the slide to showcase her incredible leadership in the 688 Postal Battalion. After the military, she wrote a biography about her life before, during, and after the military. She talks about the events leading up to her joining the military and what led her to choosing to join the Women's Army Corps. She also talks about her early life and her education as well as other stories. She highlights key moments that occurred during her time in the military, including what it took to live overseas and dealing with racists in the military, as well as all she had to overcome making her mark and becoming a leader. She also talks about her life after the military and all of her accomplishments. After her service, she earned her master's and started teaching again. She taught at schools in her community and colleges. She volunteered, greatly giving back to the community even after serving her time in the military. She eventually married her husband Stanley and had 2 children, a son and a daughter. She received many honors during her life, but also got recognized after she died. It is extremely important to recognize all aspects of people who fought for this country and to showcase the bravery and leadership they showed. Charity Adams is the perfect example of someone who is humble and fights for change while standing up for what she believes in.